All right. I think I finally got him this
Hello?
time. I got Michael. What's good, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Good, man. Sorry about the little delay. Uh, Skype is tripping right now. uh,
It happens. It's technology.
so, uh, so let me give you a nice proper introduction. I am joined with a singer, songwriter, and as of last month, an award-winning Michael Tyree. He is joining me on Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C right now, man. How's life been for you, man?
I can't complain. Can't complain. Music's going good. Uh, People are listening to the new album, and I'm happier than ever.
That's awesome to hear. Congratulations on the new album. Sin Eater is the name of the record. It is available on a variety of digital music platforms. We'll get into that. You're gonna be performing at a show tomorrow, and it's for a good cause for the kids. We'll get into that as well. And you won a singer songwriter award last month for the fifth annual Lexington Music Awards. Congratulations on that as well.
Thank you.
So let's just get right into it. I want to start with the awards first. You know, it's been a month. You've had time to look back at it, reflect. How did that night felt for you being there in front of fellow music peers and winning that singer songwriter? How did the whole day felt for you? How did it all felt for you?
Well, I think initially, just being nominated, I was kind of set back because I've never really been too involved with that particular part of the music scene, and just to be nominated was pretty cool. And then when I actually won, it was a big surprise. It was kind of like an underdog comes out of nowhere, just steals the show. So that was really neat to have the support from a lot of people around town voting for me and recognizing my guitar playing and singing.
Yeah, definitely had a Rocky Balboa moment. Only thing missing is you could have been chanting Mary, kind of like Rocky chanting Adrian. That definitely would
That's
have
right.
that definitely would have put the icing on the cake right there. Um, the first time I seen you perform was the holidays last year. Best Friends Bar. It was yourself, a singer by the name of Sherry out of Louisville, Massive
Okay.
Cult. I was at that
Yeah.
show that very night. I'm friends with Tab, part of Massive Cult. She is cool, and
Yeah.
she kind of looked at me like, "Man, you a tall dude." I'm like, I get that a lot. Yeah, so that was my first time seeing her because I was a friends with her back in her previous band, Church and States. So I
Uh-huh.
kind of been following her. And then I'm like, Michael Tyree, I got to check him out. Very, very good dude, talented singer, songwriter, guitarist. And then I've heard Sin Eater. It was a remarkable record. Um, Congratulations again on that. What was it like working on that record, and what made you decide to name it Sin Eater?
Um, it was a bunch of songs that kind of have been on the back burner for a long time, and I decided to go ahead and put them on an album and put it out. And it turns out most of the songs are about, pretty dark subjects about death or losing friends or just a lot of heavy issues. And so I thought the title Sin Eater went along pretty well with that. Just um, allowing myself to take the pain of others so that they can live a better life.
It is definitely some intriguing songs and storytelling. that went with that record. One of my favorite songs on there is Cage. Um, Definitely was a remarkable record. I want to talk about that song in particular. I played it a little bit earlier. What made you talk about that song in particular? What's it all about?
Yeah, it's funny that you bring that one up. That one is probably uh, the least meaningful of all. It's kind of one of those sit there and write the song on the spot, and it just turns out to be really good. And I think I wrote that song pretty much front to back in 30 minutes. And it's just one of those times you're sitting, you're in the moment, you got the guitar, you got the right chords, and the melody lines just come to you. As far as the lyrics go, I mean, they're pretty dark. Basically, just a story about someone who is heavily depressed and then ends up, hanging themselves. Um, but not really about anything in particular, just kind of what came to mind that night.
Yeah, it's every now and then, music has a way of connecting with people, and every now and then you can hear a song that people can relate to. That's one of those songs that people can listen and you know help through trying times. Get an understanding and stuff. So, Sin Eater again, that's a remarkable project, and hopefully a lot of people are out there streaming it on their music platform of their choosing. I'm a Spotify guy, so I listen to most of the music through Spotify, and purchasing it. It's all for, support the local artists, support the local acts out there, the local music venues, and show their support. Um, what are some of the when it comes to songwriting? Like you was talking, that being, you doing that song on the spot. What is your process like as a songwriter? Is it usually songs that you do on the spot, or does it take a couple of days? Like, what's the process like for you as a songwriter?
Generally, the first part is coming up with a riff or a hook, and if I'm feeling it, it's the song's just going to roll. It's going to write itself. A lot of times you sit there and you struggle with chord progressions or struggle with a melody line. And when that happens, I like to put it to the side and, come back to it later with a fresh mind. I don't like forcing anything out. It doesn't come naturally, then you need to relook it, at least in my opinion.
I definitely get that, and a lot of people are so eager to hear music, even when they already got music out right now. It's like people, crave for more, and me being a music fan myself, even I have to know, hey, musicians are kind of like chefs. It's you gotta make sure you feel good about it. Writing the songs, being in the studio, recording it, make sure you sound good. Things like that. And chefs, like, you want that nice steak, well done, and it's gonna take like 20, 30 minutes or whatever. But these chefs gotta make sure it looks good.
That's
So
right. That's right.
so it's something that fans, some fans get it, some fans don't, but you know, as long as they love the music, then yeah, at least they, people are on to something. Um, so I want to talk about this show you're gonna be a part of tomorrow. Um, it's featuring a variety of music acts, yourself, Jason Shepard, Passion May, Hybrid the Rapper, among others, and it's all for a good cause. Talk about that show, and the cause behind it per se.
Yeah, so it's a show put on by Lyrical Healing Incorporated, and it's going to be down at the Wildcat Saloon here in Lexington, Kentucky. And I think it's just a fundraiser to help out some kids in need and help out this project to help them, work towards just making a kid's life better. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope that we can raise some money and help out as many kids as possible.
So that's going to be taking place at the Wildcat Saloon at the Cheapside area at Lexington tomorrow from noon to 4. It's very rare for a lot of music acts to do a show that very early, but it is for a good cause. So go check that out. And there's variety of music for everyone. So it's for the kids. So go check that out if you ain't got nothing to do on early Sunday afternoonish. Um, as far as being an artist, who do you consider your influences? It could be anyone locally, it could be anyone mainstream. Like, who are some of your musical influences?
I think most of my influences come from like progressive rock artists like Dream Theater and Rush, yes, but I mean I like a lot of heavy metal, and then at the same time I like a lot of lighter stuff. Pretty much, if it sounds good, I'll listen to it. I like things with dynamics. I like classical music. Um, anything. I mean, I'm a wide variety of music. I don't want to nail down anything as the main influence because the inspiration comes from all over the place.
I definitely respect that. I've throughout the years have started listening to a variety of music, and sometimes I wonder if I'm a little bit too open-minded when it comes to listening to music per se. But I guess with me, if you got some nice party songs, if you got some substance in your music, then for the most part I'll give it a listen, regardless of the genre. Um, so music has a way of getting people together, and local music has been something special to me here in Central Kentucky. So there's a lot of talented artists out there, and there's a lot of radio DJs and community radio stations out there that's getting the word out on this music. So everybody go check out this album, Sin Eater. Go check out the shows. And speaking of shows in particular, in addition to tomorrow's show, what are some other shows that people need to keep an eye on that you're going to be a part of?
Well, this Monday night, I will be in Louisville at Air Devils Inn, and then on March 16th, I'll be at Mere Twin Brewing here in Lexington, and March 23rd, I'll be at the Five Spot in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, definitely gonna be try do some traveling. Gonna be headed to Nashville. As far as goals for you, you got the album out. You're doing shows here and there. What are some more goals that you would like to accomplish this year, or better yet, long term?
I think as far as a short-term this year goal, I'd like to write another record, and that way by the beginning of next year I can put out another one. I think the main goal is just getting the music into as many people's hands as possible.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to the next record. I have been listening to the Sin Eater ever since it came out, and I like the record, and it's definitely something for people to give a listen. And it's a very interesting title, but once people hear song by song by song, they kind of get the direction that you're trying to go with it. And Mike, it was great chatting with you. Thank you so much for being on the show. And again, congrats on everything from the record to